Alright, number one, we have cosine x sine x multiplied by the quantity cosecant x tangent plus tangent x. Cosine x sine x CX plus tan x. Okay, so I'm going to be distributing cosine x sine x to each of these terms. At the same time, I'm going to rewrite these, or let me just do that now. Cosecant is equal to 1 over sine, and tangent is equal to sine over cosine. Okay, so when I distribute these, you will see that something will divide out, and then it'll become very nice. Okay, so starting out, cosine x sine x is going to get multiplied by this guy. Then we have plus, and then distribute cosine x sine x to this guy. Now I always try to put them in sine and cosine so I can see if anything will divide out. And multiplying by sine and dividing by sine, these will divide each other out. So I'm just left with cosine times 1, which is cosine. And then here, cosine and cosine will divide out on the top and bottom. And you multiply sine times sine, and you get plus sine squared x. Okay? And this is in simplest form right here. So just cosine x plus sine squared, the 2 up there, sine squared x. Okay, so 1 minus tan in parentheses squared. We're going to FOIL this out and see what we get. So 1 minus number 2. 1 minus tan of theta parentheses squared. Alright, so we're going to do the FOIL method. It's like writing this out twice. So we're going to do 1 squared gives us 1, and then 1 times tangent, or 1 times negative tangent will give us a negative tangent, but we have to double because it's going to be 2 terms. So minus 2 tan of theta, and then you square the last term, so it'll be plus tan squared theta. What we can simplify is the 1, positive 1, and tangent. So if you think about, and this is how you kind of remember those, tangent is sine over cosine. Okay, so from those Pythagorean identities, when we had divided everything by cosine, or divided everything by sine, we came up with the, divided everything by cosine, because we have cosine on the bottom. When we divide everything by cosine, we get tangent, and then cosine divided by cosine plus 1, and then over here we had 1 divided by cosine. That gives us 1 over cosine is secant. Okay, so thinking about the reciprocal identities, we can combine tangent and positive 1 right here and get secant, but it'll be secant squared. So I'm going to write this as 1 plus tan. I know I got it in different order, but it's the same principle. Tan squared theta minus 2 tan theta. So this is equal to secant squared theta minus 2 tan theta. So this right here will be our simplest form. So SEC squared theta. I'll get that angle theta right here. And then minus 2 tan theta. I think I close it up. Theta.